For all things outdoors, listen to the father of two, the Jesus-loving TV show hosting hairy, true-blood American redneck, Ben Cole.
And listen to the outdoor filming, chef cooking, chocolate milk drinking, John Weissmuller. And we are
Rooted Podcast.
Ephesians 4:31. Get rid of all bitterness, rage, anger, harsh words, and slander, as well as all types of evil behavior. Instead, be kind to each other, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, just as God, through Christ, has forgiven you.
That's a powerful statement right there.
Boy, what you talking about? That is a very powerful statement. Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Rooted Podcast. We're going to talk about being kind to one another today, and John and his dad's experience out on the river not too long ago. So had to start it off with a solid Bible verse that really talks about how we need to be coexisting as humans and how we should love each other, be kind to each other as followers of Christ. And we should all be.
Mm-hmm.
We should love each other. We should forgive each other. We should also not speak evil things and do evil things to each other. We should, look, man, I'll just put it like this. God loves all of us. He didn't say, John, you have weird hair, you're not loved. Or Ben, you're kind of thick.
Exactly.
You're not loved because you're a little chubby. You know, it's like, what? You know, it's...
Yeah, what are we talking about?
I mean, dude, the thing is, we're all loved by Christ. And when you're truly walking with God, you're going to start to understand what that's like. The more and more that you walk with God, you're going to really start to feel that and see that in a whole new perspective.
No, for sure. Because, you know, and this whole thing stems from, and you briefly mentioned it there, my father and I, we went out and we went to a lake. So my dad has got, it's not a new boat, but it's a boat that we've had, and he's kind of fixed it all up and got this motor going. And, you know, it's got an outboard, it's got a outboard trolling motor on it, kind of rig, and then a trolling motor on the front of the boat, you know, like a regular bass boat does. And so, and he painted it all up camo. And so I was like, cool, you know, we're going to go fishing. It was on, I don't think it was on Labor Day. I think it was the Sunday before. Anyway, so, but it's like, hey man, we're going out fishing one morning, like mid-morning. We went from like 9 to 12 or something like that. You know, just going fishing, hanging out, trying out the quote unquote new boat. We're just going to go have some fun. So we get there, and, you know, man, we're in a no-wake lake. It's a lake that's in a retirement community. You can't even go fast. Like, we're just putzing along in no rush, just enjoying the great outdoors, having fun, you know, father-son moment, just hanging out, right? What could go wrong? Well, we're putzing around, and we're trying to get back into this cove, and, well, there's this fella, and I presume his wife, fishing. Okay, great. This guy's literally in the middle of the lake, not a problem. Fishing to his right, our left, we're coming at him. And it's like, okay, we're going to go to our right, his left, and, you know, where he's not casting, you know, and we'll just putz around that way, and we'll keep on going and go about our happy business. And we're just going. We're just literally trolling with the troll motor. And dude, this old boy starts flailing his arms, starts yelling at us, you know, what are you doing? I'm fishing right here, yada, yada. I mean, just starts screaming. And I'm just like, yo, man, what's going on, dude? Like, I'm like, hey, buddy, you're casting on the other side. We're trying not to bother you. That's why we went on this side. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, man. And he just kept on hollering, and we just kept on driving. And, you know, it just got me thinking, like, you know, eventually he just quit hollering and kept fishing. But it just got my brain going, like, man, you know, number one, you woke up in America. And then you got on your boat and got on the water, and you're in the outdoors and you're fishing. and somehow you're still mad. I mean, what in the world? You know, how just all this beautiful things are happening, and you know, here you are still angry. And you know, part of that just kind of puzzles me. I'm like, well, how? How are you still just so upset? And I get, you know, I really do get people doing things to make you mad. Like I get it. You know, if some old boy comes in there just ripping right through you, you know, totally cuts you off or totally, you know, runs your line over or, you know, whatever. But old boy just trolling on by. It just kind of puzzled me, and I thought, you know, man, this is what really got me. And then I'll kind of let you speak on this. I know I'm rambling, but you know, as outdoorsmen and women, we already have enough outside factors hurting us, trying to attack us, trying to, you know, kind of hurt or put a bad stain on what we do, whether it's hunting or fishing or trapping or whatever. The last thing we need is fishermen going after other fishermen or hunters going after hunters. You know, that's the last thing we need is internal battle. Like to me, you know, it's a nice Sunday evening or morning and we're just hanging out. The sun's out, life's good, you're fishing. Man, what are you mad about, you know?
Hey, I hear you. I have been through thousands of these situations. It feels like anyway. Um, you know, my question is why are we all in a competition to see who kills the biggest deer, the most ducks, or catches the
It catches
biggest
the biggest
fish,
fish.
or hey, this is my spot. You're on public water. Public water.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I'm
not
saying.
your spot. If I mean anybody can fish that spot. If you're not there, somebody else is going to fish it. Plain and simple. It's not
Yeah.
your designated spot. You don't own that spot. And that's the same thing with duck hunting on public land, dude. I did that for 25 years and everybody's like, man, that's my spot. I'm like, I don't see your name on the deed to this island. Bon, not the right answer. And man, see, I'm the kind of guy though. If somebody came up, and they're like, "Man, look, we don't have anywhere else to hunt. Can we hunt with you guys?" I'd be like, "Heck yeah, come on, let's go." But when you
Exactly.
come up hollering at me, threatening to fight me, I'm just like, how about you just leave? How about that? That'd be the better option is to just go on about your business
Yeah.
and, you know, maybe next time get here before somebody else does. I mean, that's all you can do. Or come in with a kind attitude and it gets you a whole lot further in life if you come in and be nice to somebody instead of, you know, coming in acting all big and tough. Because look, man, I'm not talking about myself here. What I'm talking about is you never know when you're going to run across the wrong person who's had a really bad day or whatever, going through something really hard, and they just don't care. You know, and
Yeah,
there's no
exactly.
sense in any of this over a duck, a deer, a fish. None of it, man. It just doesn't matter. None
No.
of it's that important. There ain't a duck or a fish or a deer on the face of this earth that is worth squabbling over. It's like we're running around like a bunch of teenagers out here. You know, well, you took my parking spot at school. It's like, man, grow up. You know?
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing here?
Man.
Yeah. You know, and it just kills me because and now here's the other part of it too, and this is something I need to get better at because you know, when this little boy's flailing his arms and literally screaming at me and dad, it's like, hey man, like, you know, my dad's way better at it. He just it's like, you know, water to a duck. It just sheds right off. Me, I mean, every once in a while I'll get a little fired up about it. I'm like, yo, man, what is your problem?
Yeah.
Like, are we fixing to have an issue? Which doesn't help the situation at
No.
all. I mean, at all.
No.
So that's something also to kind of think of is it's like, you know, if something like that does happen, that honestly the best thing is just to not say anything and keep on going. That's honestly the best situation.
Yeah.
It's just be like, all right, man, have a good one, and literally you just kind of kill him with kindness. And I think I literally told that guy to have a great Memorial Day weekend, and while we kept on trolling by.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, I mean, what else do you do? I mean, if you sit there and fight and argue. It just, you fighting fire with fire at that point.
Yeah, well, you're right. And I have been known to have a temper at times. And that kind of stuff sometimes will make that it just starts creeping
Oh,
up. And I'm
buddy.
like,
Yeah.
oh, God, stay in. Hey, you're not going to talk to me
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
And it's like, dang it, I did it again. I got to get out of that, man. I got to stop doing that and stop fighting fire with fire, like you said. But dude, sometimes it just boils my blood and I can't help it. And I just got to fire back.
Dude, I hear you, man. Because to me, it's like, in this very specific situation, this is a, older man, 70s and up. And I'm like, here you are seeing an obvious son and dad. And it's like, dude, you should be happy that younger people are out here and enjoying fishing,
Yeah.
not so angry about it. And it's like, but then, I always try to think too, like, I don't know what that dude's going through. Is he really mad at me, or is he just mad at something else in life? And lucky me, I'm the one he's hollering at.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I do know this. In all reality, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's still wrong to holler at somebody like that. But, there's always two sides to the story. And I do get that, but golly bum, man, I was fired up for a minute, but you know what? 5 minutes after that, I caught a fish and, it was all right.
There you go, man. There you go. Sometimes, though, I've learned over the years that if you just smile and wave, it'll do one of two things. It'll either defuse the situation immediately, or it'll make them more mad because they're not getting you're not getting angry
Fired
with
up.
them, and
Yeah.
it's just kind of funny how it works. But man, I highly suggest all the time to fight that rage monkey that can come out at any second.
Mm-hmm.
That's my advice anyway. Fight that rage monkey.
No, I totally
keep
agree.
It back, try to contain it. But man, look, at the end of the day, we're all sinners, we're all humans, and we're all going to have that happen from time to time. And look here, I'm just going to be real with you guys. It's happened to me a lot. Okay. I used to have a real issue with the temper, and I'm trying to work on that, and I have been for a long time. So this is something that is hits a little close to the heart there, Johnny boy.
Oh yeah,
it's a little close to home there because I've been that guy more than once in my life, and I regret every second of it. I really do, man. It's not how I want to be.
I get it, and I think when it all really boils down to is perspective for me, because I get life happens and stuff sometimes sucks, and you're just mad, and then something little happens, right? And then it just blows the top off of it, and then you're hollering at somebody or about something that doesn't even really matter, and it's like, I just try to keep perspective. Like, so for me personally, on this specific trip, it's like, okay, I'm with my dad. For those that don't know, my dad has had a quadruple bypass. He's blind in his right eye because he had a stroke in his eye. He's lucky to just be here, let alone able to go fishing and drive a truck and, go on a boat. And so, it's like whenever we get these moments, it's something to take in because, who knows? That could have been the last time we ever go fishing together. I don't know. So, whenever you can have perspective like that and try to think of it, like I was saying earlier, like, dude, I woke up, I get to go fishing on my own boat, and I get to have fun. It's like, dude, you're so lucky to have all these things. I just try, and if some dude comes driving by you and literally trolling by 20 feet away, but whatever, it's like, hey man, it's all right. It's gonna be okay. I promise. It's gonna be fine. And here's the other thing. Even if I came up there just rip roaring, just FYI, the fish are fine. It's not like the fish don't see boats every day of their life. They're going to be okay. I promise they're not going to not bite because a boat drove over. It's fine. the fish will bite.
Yeah, they've kind of gotten used to seeing boats above them a lot.
Yeah. Well, when the fish live in water that has a marina on it, yeah, they're kind of used to boats. But I digress.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, probably best just to
But it's
respect
like,
others.
just be nice.
Just respect others and
Yeah.
be nice. You never know what somebody's going through. I mean, sometimes I will say it's hard to be nice when somebody's being rude.
Oh yeah, it ain't easy. I didn't say it was easy. It's a tough. Because buddy, it's much easier to just holler right back at them and get them fired up.
It is, man. So much easier.
But I try not to be that way.
But here's the deal. So I've been growing in my walk with Christ a lot lately, more than I had been prior. And man, I don't know. It's just the longer I spend in the Bible, the longer I spend listening to gospel music and just really changing a lot of things that were influencing me in different ways. When I changed that, man, I had a real different outlook on things. I'm not looking to fight. I'm not looking for any kind of arguments. I'm not looking for any of that kind of stuff, man. I'm just looking for somebody to help somebody. That's all I want to do is just help folks out.
Yeah.
So it's wild how that changes drastically the closer you get with God and the closer you walk next to him. It's pretty cool, man. It's definitely something I would recommend giving a try for everybody out there. I'd give it a shot. It's the best and most important decision that you will ever make in your life, and that is to follow Christ.
I couldn't agree more.
It's the best one. Best one. That's eternal, baby. That's eternal.
Now, you kind of said something there that kind of made me think is, if you see somebody doing something, I'm talking to, outdoorsmen here, and you can help them, help them. Like if you're sitting there hunting on public land and some old boy comes walking up and you kind of see that they don't know what they're doing, well, tell them. And without, you don't have to be rude about it. They may literally have no idea what they're doing and they just need a little help and a little direction. I mean, if some old boy and I'm sure you've had this happen, some dude comes rolling in your duck hole and he's like, "Hey man, look, I've never been to this lake. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to find my way to this." But, "Oh, hey, look, dude, not a problem, man. Just go right over here, blah, 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 blah." I'm sure it's happened.
Oh, dude, I've dropped pins on a map before for somebody. I'm like, dude, you can just hunt with us if you want to. But if not, that's cool too, whatever. But he was, they had scouted the spot like 2 days before and they couldn't really remember how to get back there. So I was like, here, give me your phone. And I knew exactly what he was talking about. And I just went ding right there and said, here you go. Smell you later.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's like, why not help somebody?
Well, the fact of the matter is that hunting and fishing and everything outdoors is not about beating each other down. It's not about, giving somebody a hard time, trying to fight people over a duck or a fish or whatever. It's about being in God's creation. I know I say that all the time, but that's what it is. It's about growing in your walk with Christ, with your brothers. Nothing more. There's no fighting. Stop squabbling. Stop getting so mad at people over a daggum duck, man. It's a duck. That's all it is. It is a duck.
Yeah.
And let me be real. Exactly. I'll be real frank with everybody. I love hunting ducks. I love it. I love killing ducks. I love shooting a limit. I love it. But that is not going to take the place of people. And that's not going to alter the way I treat people. Dude, that's the whole reason I quit hunting public land is because of that. Just totally quit, man. Because I was like, this is just getting out of hand. I mean, it's just when somebody's trying to fight me over a duck spot and I'm like, man, you got your kid and this is how you're teaching them to be over a daggum duck on public land? Man, I'm out. I'm good.
Don't make any sense.
No, I mean, I told him I'd meet him at the boat ramp, but I was like, hey, come on. If you're going to threaten me, buddy, you better back it up. You might whip my butt. Very well could. But I'm coming with everything I got. you know? I mean, come on now. I mean, I ain't above getting a butt whipping. I've had a couple in my life. But, man,
That happened.
but dude, the thing is, like I said, is, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not.
No, it's just a critter.
It's a critter, man, and that's the whole reason I quit, dude. I just absolutely could not deal with that. I said, I am done. This is not worth my life. This is not worth spending all this time and money out here chasing a daggum duck, and then just to be fired up about some dude, quarter of a mile down, mad at me when I'm not even close to him. It's like, that ain't my problem, amigo. I scouted for 2 weeks, But hey,
yeah,
I'm out on it, dude. I quit hunting public land a long time ago. The only way I'll go is if it's in Missouri or somewhere like that has a draw system. So you go in, and it's called like pour lining. You got to get in the pour line, and you got to draw this little thing out of a box, and it tells you what position in line you are to pick a spot. So it's like 1 to 100. If you draw 100, you might as well go home, because you ain't getting a spot, because there ain't 100 spots.
right.
If you get 1 through 10, even 15 or 20, you might want to stick around. But yeah, other than that, man, I just ain't for it, man. I'm out. Your old boy is getting too old, and I've got 2 babies at the house, and I don't want to deal with that kind of ridiculousness anymore. I'm over it.
I get it. And that's kind of the sad part is it's like I think it's also deterring new hunters and new fishermen because it's like, well, if I just go out here and get yelled at all the time, why would I want to do this forever?
Yeah.
Why? Everyone's just mean to me.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, that's terrible, man. It's like I want nothing more than new people in this sport and getting them involved and showing them what it's all about and providing for their family and all these things. And then every time they go, they just get hollered at. And it's like, well, what? I wouldn't want to do that either. If that was my only experience, was I went twice and both times I got yelled at.
Yeah.
Someone was quarreling at me. It's like, well, why would I want to go back? So, I mean, it's kind of sad when you think about it that way.
It is, man. It's really sad. And, if we don't get younger people and new folks involved in hunting, we're not going to have it anymore. I want everybody to hear me on this.
Correct.
And you need to hear me well. Everybody that is a non-hunter is trying everything they can to shut it down. So if we're not adding new people to our team, then we are not helping our cause. We're not helping preserve the way of life that we have known since the conception of the United States, which is the most pure form of meat that was put on earth by God himself. And I'll be daggum if I'm going to let somebody take that.
Yeah. And it gets into, even if someone goes hunting, let's say a handful of times, 3, 4, 5 times, and that's all they do. But then, they're in there with their friend group, and maybe there's some non-hunters in there, and maybe someone starts bashing it, and this guy who's only been a handful of times is like, hey, man, look, they're actually really awesome people. Every time I've been and around hunting, it's been great. They're great people. They're nothing like the media makes them out to be, yada, yada, yada. If they have a great experience, they may tell their friend that, and then their friend who's a non-hunter is like, oh, well, I guess these people are pretty cool. They're not what, the media makes them out to be. Versus if the guy's like, dude, I've only done it 2, 3, 4 times, and every time I try to get into it, they've just been mean and hateful, and I get yelled at by somebody. Not everybody, but every time I went fishing, somebody yelled at me. If I went duck hunting, someone hollered at me at the boat ramp or whatever. It's like, then that just gets passed down, and people just don't like it. And word of mouth is a real thing, man.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
And if the word of mouth gets out that, all the hunters are just mean, then who would want to try it?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's a great point there, Johnny boy. I agree with you 100%. So, yeah, folks, y'all be nice out there. Bring somebody hunting. Invite somebody to go with you. Invite somebody to go fishing. Take a kid. Take a kid hunting and fishing. I'll tell you this. I have had greater joy, and I've benefited far more than I think those kids did when I took them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it really, I don't know that they got anything from me, but I'm telling you what, I got a whole lot from them. Oh, man. You want to talk about a dose of humility? Take a child hunting that is just so on fire about it. It's like, good night. I used to be like this. You know, what happened? You know, why did I get to this point? You know, just take a youngin' hunting and it'll change you out.
Well, yeah, it'll again, all about that perspective thing, man. It'll bring perspective.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, it will. It will. We got to get them youngins out there.
But hey,
keep going.
Now look here. I know we've been all serious talk about being nice and being kind, and my story about this old man quirling at me on the lake there. Okay. But look, I got to tell y'all something. This is kind of hilarious. Before I say it, listen. I love my dad with everything in me. Okay. Let me be very clear. That man does not know how to own anything nice. It don't matter. You gave him $1 billion. He couldn't have a boat that's worth a crap. Look, this boat that he's got, okay, he painted it all up, sealed it. Okay. Now, remember what I said. He's got this outboard that he paid to get fixed, right? And he's got his trolling motor. Then he's got this trolling motor on the back. That trolling motor I bought years ago, brand new, kept it, out of the weather and stuff. Okay. So there's 3 motors on this boat. We get this puppy in the water. The outboard starts but don't stay running because it needs clean because he started it one time and left it there. The trolling motor in the front don't work at all. I mean, it ain't got a lick of power. The only thing that works is the trolling motor I bought, brand new. It's probably been 4, 5, 6 years ago now, but kept it good. It's the only thing that works. So we're trolling motor it, just crushing it. And then the dadgum boat leaks. This man ain't had a boat that ain't leaked ever in the history. And this guy grew up in Jersey fishing in the bay. That guy has fished his dad, my grandpa was a captain. I mean, these people fish to eat, and they've never had a boat that didn't leak. And I can't wrap my brain around it. I'm like, how? So dude, so of course we have a bilge pump, which does work, thank God.
Yeah.
But where the water's coming in, my dad brought a sponge and a ShamWow, and that was his bilge pump. He's got a sponge in there, and then he goes at the boat and squeezes it, and then brings the sponge back in. It just keeps going. I mean, come on, man.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So if you're going to yell at me, just know I've got a heavy sponge to throw back at you, full of water, waterlogged.
I've got this picture of your dad back there. I'll be all right. We're just going to sponge it out.
Dude, I'm telling you. And he don't give a lick about nothing. You know what his solution was? He said, well, instead of fixing the leak, he's going to put plywood down, that way his feet don't get wet. It's just going to fill up with water.
He'd rather the boat sink than his feet get wet.
Yeah. He said, I'll just put a piece of plywood down. It'll be all right. I'm like, why not fix the leak? He's like, I mean, I'll try, but I'd rather just put a piece of plywood down. I'm like, all right, whatever, man. I don't care what you do.
Oh, my gosh. He is something else, man. He has been really good to me, and I have really, really enjoyed all the time we've got to spend together over the past 3 years. Actually, this is going to be year 4, isn't it? Year 4. Here we go.
However old your oldest is.
Yeah, he's over 3 years old. So, yep.
So there you
go.
Hey,
no, it was longer than that. It was longer than that because my wife was pregnant when we started on the road.
Still pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, it's been a
It
minute.
has been. So yeah, man, this is pretty crazy. But dude, your dad is hilarious. I get tickled at him every time I see him. Every time. He's
Oh, dude,
hilarious, man.
he is, man. He's just a goober, you
Yeah.
know. And it's just like, hey, man, look, just be nice to people. You never know, their boat may be leaking while you're hollering at
They're
them.
sponging it out with a sham wow. I
So
ain't never in my life sham wow on a sponge. That'll fix it.
that's called the redneck bilge pump.
Oh man, there was one time me and my dad were out on a canoe, and it was one of them old riveted canoes, you know. One of the rivets popped out.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, sick!" It was right on the floor.
Better paddle
Yeah,
fast.
well, we were fishing, so I had one of them little crappie jigs, and I just poink stuck it down in there.
Hey,
It worked. It quit leaking. So I mean, that was my solution to get us back to the boat ramp without sinking this canoe.
That's hilarious.
Oh man, yes sir.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, that's good stuff.
But that's it, man. So just go out there, have fun, enjoy it, and be nice. Just be nice to other people, man. That's all I gotta say.
Have yourself a good time in God's creation, and keep your eyes on Jesus. He is the creator of all, and he makes everything good and new. If you don't know Jesus, go find him or holler at one of us. I'll be more than happy to share the gospel with you. Anytime, anywhere,
Yeah, we'll
any
tell you.
day, I will share the gospel with you. It's the best decision I ever made. It totally changed my life, and it has steadily been changing it every single day for a long time. If you guys would have seen me years ago, which some of you may have, I wasn't a very pleasant person to be around. I was hot-tempered. Quickly, fuse was about that big, real little. And that has changed a lot over the years. I have stopped being like that as much. So it's all due to the good Lord smacking me around and saying, "Hey, don't do that. That's a bad idea."
Exactly.
And just walking closer to Him. I mean, we all going to fall, we all going to slip, but the thing is, man, is I have that to rest my head on every single day. And the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between, I will always praise the Lord. And that's all I got, folks.
There you go. Well, just remember, we're on all the social medias. Please check us out there. Please, we're on all the platforms, so wherever you want to listen to the podcast, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, all those things. Like, share, subscribe our stuff. If you want to support this podcast, there is a link in the description where you can donate whatever you see fit. And as always, guys, just please leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you want to, if you want us to talk about anything, please just let us know. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. See y'all.
Redneck. For all things Rooted Podcast and Rooted Television, and I mean hats, shirts, hoodies, and other merch, check out our friends at CH Lone Star Pro and the link that is in our description.